This is Stiff Right Hand, and I am the Dominator, Stu Allen, and I'm here with my wife Tanya Allen. This is our Halloween special.
He once punched his mother in her mammary glands. It's Angry Stu Allen of Stiff Right Hand.
Right, enough of that bollocks. Welcome to Stiff Right Hand. We had no episode last week due to our ginormous show we had in Hastings, and then due to a horrible lurgy bug that we both came down with. And without further ado, I introduce to you the Cupcake Queen who'll rip out your spleen, the Red Empress in an unsuitable dress ready for a military press. She loves Harry Potter and once killed a squatter by stabbing him in the jotter. She's the Red Witch, once tagged with Lilo and Stitch with an unreachable itch. Had Xbox games ruined by a single glitch and has an invisible pet titch called Sid. It's Tanya Albuman.
Oh my god. What just happened?
I'm a poet laureate.
You're an idiot laureate.
No need for that, is there?
I quite liked that.
That was good.
Did you do that all by yourself?
I did, yeah. I like it when my mate Raven does it, and I think it's so funny, so I thought I'd do one for myself.
Yeah, I thought it was quite nice. I felt appreciated.
I'll do one every week then.
I'm here and all.
Here you are. We've got lots to talk about this week. We've got no guests to speak of, but however, saying that, little man Dan,
he's got a plan.
And loves having a nice cheese flan.
Does he?
He's
fruit flan.
He's our little on the road WWE news guy, but he turns up at my shows and he turned up a bit like Baldrick, when Blackadder the Fourth, where he's sort of skipping between the soldiers and darting between people's legs like a funny little rodent.
He was a little bit like that. I remember coming and introduced
himself. Well, I felt bad because he said, "I'll turn up at 2, but no one's going to punch me in the face because I'm a specky little fucker with a microphone." No. And I said, "No, don't worry, I'll be there." And of course, I wasn't there.
You weren't there.
So I thought,
I had to deal with it.
I'm going to come back and he's going to.
And it was me that punched him.
I thought I'm going to come back and he's going to be strung up by the ghoulies from a ring post or something. But luckily, Dave and yourself were there to look after him.
He came and found me first, bless his heart, which was the right thing to do. And then I just shouted at the rest of them and told them to be nice to him. And
he's with me. He's with me.
He's all right. Leave him alone. He's one of us.
He's my pocket reporter. He goes around in Dominator's pocket getting little snippets of news.
I know.
But he's really good. And
what does he live on in your pocket?
Well, I've got loads of stuff going on in my pocket. Old Ferrero Rochers and the minstrels. And
I like a Ferrero Rocher.
Well, I'm saving them up for Dan.
Oh, right, that is it.
But the
fancy Dan, eh?
Oh, the first time he met me, he turned up for a meeting with me, and he was listening to. He took his headphones off and looked all sheepish and said, "Oh, I was listening to Disney songs." I said, "Was that Beauty and the Beast I could hear?"
There is nothing wrong with that.
I know, but it was just funny.
You can't judge a man for listening to Beauty and the Beast.
No, but he popped himself that he was coming to meet a big giant wrestler listening to that, and I kind of liked him immediately after that. And straight away, but he said to me, "No," he said, "Is it all cool?" So I said, "Yeah, go along and get a few snippets, just unplanned sound bites from a lot of the guys and girls who were at the show." So we're going to be playing some of those later on. For the meantime, we had our show, and it was the farewell to Fear, the goodbye to Jinx, and it couldn't, from a promoter standpoint, it couldn't have gone any better. It was a sellout crowd. It was our biggest crowd we've had at EWW. Over 1,000 people there. They were fucking loud. It's one of the loudest British crowds. A lot of the guys with Jody and Jason himself, like, holy shit, man, that was a hell of a crowd. They were up for it all night. There was no dead spots, so they would just bang up for it all night, weren't they?
Yeah, it was amazing. And honestly, from my perspective, I was definitely the loudest crowd I've ever worked in front of, and we've worked in front of some fucking great crowds over the years. It was just insane, and it was lovely to see the venue just absolutely packed to the rafters for such an important show, and not just from our perspective, but also for Jace. Can we call him Jace?
Yeah, I was really nervous for the fortnight beforehand. I was terrified just because I wanted it. To me, there seemed to be more riding on that than anything, because I was very aware that we've done retirement stuff before, but Jace has been doing it for a long time, and he's a real he's a real I don't know how to describe him. He's just overall he's a locker room captain. He's a friend, but you know, some of the old school guys, you know, in my opinion, a lot of them got in touch with him and said good, nice stuff about him on social media, but I don't think Jace ever got the credit he deserved. And
absolutely not.
And that's why I was so proud that we were able to give him that spectacular send-off. And it was, I mean, when we did, you know, all praise to you, because you did from beginning to end orchestrate that entire thing, and all the roster came out with Jinx face paint on, which he didn't know, and we were determined to pop him because Jace is very inscrutable and hard. He just
won't break character.
No, when he's backstage and everything, he's almost in character for the whole thing. He's a real character actor, and that's why he's so fun. No one else could do that character, and a lot of the Ring Wars guys were there, and they were like, oh, you know, he's got to be the most impressive wrestling character that has been since Kendo Nagasaki. And I'd say, well, even better then, because he's a better wrestler than Kendo ever fucking was, and more imposing. So I mean, yeah, Kendo was great for his time. Jinx was awesome, but over such a short space of time, we debuted him coming out of the box 4 or 5 years ago, and in that short space of time, he's just made so many fans, and so many people who aren't even big wrestling fans who came to my show because they'd seen him a couple of times and were like, God, I can't believe that guy's retiring, you know, we want to give him a send-off because what an entertainer. And that was lovely, and like I said, all the guys and girls all came out, and Erin, who's obviously his long-time partner, she's his wife. She's his wife. She didn't want to get in the ring, and I said, come on, get in, and she's like, are you sure? And I said, go on, get in the ring, and you know, it was really emotional, and Jace turned around and you said to him, oh, look at Erin, and she had her
I said, look at your wife.
Yeah, and she had his face paint on, and that was the one time his lip did tremble. And it was just like, and it was less than that. It was just a tiny. It was only because I was looking him in the eyes that I saw the slightest chink in his armour, and it absolutely ruined me. I was like, oh god! It was amazing. And when I climbed between the ropes and I looked out all around the room and saw people from right at the very back to right up the balconies, everyone on their feet applauding him, and it was, you know, it was like a Colosseum atmosphere. Everyone was right up to the apron. There was everyone right up close, and it was so thunderously loud. Everyone was standing apart from us, and we were all bowing. And you laid the belt at his feet, and and it was just phenomenal. I still maintain he would have been the greatest champion that we've never had. Like, yeah, but you know, that's true. But it's his time, and you know, that was a perfect way for him to leave the ring. But he's still going to be with us, and he's still going to be working backstage with us. I've spoken to him, and we're going to be working something out. He's very valuable to us for that reason, because think of the hand that he's had in developing me personally. And the lessons I've had in psychology and storytelling, and then just the little character details and nuances and like tiny little details. It's the little things like that I've said to you before is the reason why Jace is the best. Yeah. It's not so much the obvious things, it's the little tiny details, the clever little things that people don't even necessarily look at between the moves that make a phenomenal heel or can turn the situation from can turn the situation on its head from a normal match into a great match. And that's what he's got. That's something you can't teach. That's, you know, Jace has been up at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning before, sending me messages about how he can develop his character, and he said to me, I thanked him and said, thank you so much for doing it at an EWW show, and he said to me, you're the only one who got it. He said, you're the only one who ran with the character, gave me ideas as well, and I couldn't have done it without you, and that meant a hell of a lot. And it probably stuck in a few people's craw, but hey, fuck you guys. The Jinx era was very important. Fuck you guys. We got that, and we gave him everything that he deserved, and I shall miss him immensely. But the show as a whole, as well, you know, let's not forget the entire show. The show was fucking awesome. That's the first EWW show we've ever done, which was 70% our homegrown guys and girls from our academy. Right? Yeah, the babies really stepped up. Actually, in my opinion, all of them did amazingly, and I expected them to do well. I didn't expect them to do as well. No, I thought it was such a grand platform. Like I said, I did my debut in a fucking football field in the middle of Jamaica, but you know, in front of a bunch of people that you know, literally thought it was real. I came to the ring and people handed me knives to kill my opponent. You know what I mean? They got to do theirs in a, you know, some incredible fucking sound pyrotechnics and lights in front of 1,000 people. That would be enough for some people to clamber up their own arses. But, you know, little Maddie, she stepped up big time. Craig, I was so proud of Craig as well, debuting his new character. But for me, above everyone else, I mean, for young Taylor and Kiernan to go in with critical mass, me and Jonky, we knew it was going to be their rite of passage match, their coming of age match. They took a hell of a fucking pasting, and I said to them, we've set you up for life here, boys, because you can be in a fight any day of your lives now and you'll never get hit as hard as that.
That's fucking true.
And they kept getting up and they kept hitting the moves and performing, and they didn't miss a fucking beat, and the standing ovation they got at the end gave me goosebumps. And Jonky and I were so fucking we were so proud of them.
Yeah, I couldn't believe. I knew they were going to work their little socks off.
Yeah, but we hit them hard, and I kept hitting them harder and harder and harder, and Jonky harder and harder and harder, and it was like a friend of mine says, like watching legalised murder. But you know, it wasn't a squash. We gave them a lot back, and they fucking fought so hard. And no words will do it justice. You have to watch it. You might have seen clips of it online, but you really need to see that match to see.
DVD will be available soon on eww-wrestling.com.
It's well worth seeing. It's 7 minutes of unadulterated violence, but those kids, man, oh boy, was I proud of them. And I was proud of everybody, actually. The show from top to bottom. There's no such thing as a perfect show. People say, oh, Stu always bangs on about it, but it's good shows. Well, that's because we're a family and we fucking do it because we love it. Sorry to be fucking positive about it, but hey, we love it. I love my students. I love everyone involved with it who helps out. I love all my friends and people that come to support it. And you know, we have generated, I think, and managed to turn around more people to watch wrestling, to love wrestling, than anyone else, because I think we're the only promotion who actually attracts people that aren't wrestling fans.
We create fans. Yeah,
and I think we've been doing that for a long time. We continue to do so, and long may it continue.
Yeah. What about that Jeff Leppard?
Jeff Leppard's another one I forgot to mention. Dear old Gaz, who worked so tirelessly. Fucking holy shit, man! That boy. We come up with a Jeff Leppard gimmick for him, and holy shit, man! When he came out with Flatliner at the beginning. With Crusher Mason and Anthony, I mean, those boys did they did the work to get the crowd going. But then all of a sudden the roof came off, man, with Jeff Leppard, and I think he had an army of his friends up in the balconies, because all of a sudden it was raining bras and pants. They were just throwing all their underwear down at him, and it was fucking hilarious, man. But holy shit, that's just gold. And
obviously, our apologies if you were there on the night and you got hit by a waveless bra.
If you got hit by a fucking bra or a pant, I'm sorry about that. But hey,
that's what happens when you come to our house.
But next time we're going to get his live band there doing his entrance, mate, because Gaz's promotional work up to the show was first class. He was out there with his band doing gigs and fucking as Jeff Leppard and running around the town in some ludicrous outfits. I love him to bits, mate. And like I said, thank you ever so much, dude. Like I said, people, my students are fucking, you know, they're priceless and they mean the world to me, and they keep me doing it. And so thank you guys from the off. So Halloween, really, isn't it?
It is Halloween.
It'll have been and gone by the time this drops.
Oh God!
But you had we've been really ill. We had our show, and then of course we had our after show, and we went to the Brass Monkey with some of the boys.
Thank you for Mr. Murphy for hosting us.
To Mr. Lee Murphy and all his staff at the Brass Monkey in Hastings, which is a fucking cool venue. They always put on drinks to the guys afterwards, and it was fucking crazy. Flatliner gave a horrendously disgusting lap dance to dear Lindsay Mason
and other animals.
And it was fucking great fun. But so yeah, thanks Lee Murphy and all the Brass Monkey guys. But yeah, it was really cool. And then of course Wednesday I came down with the dreaded
gastric flu.
Well, it wasn't a gastric flu, it was just the fucking shit. But it was so bad.
Yeah, it was a virus of some sort.
It was so bad. My arsehole was literally a chocolate flamethrower, and you couldn't. I couldn't drink a thimble of water without it just going through me. It was like my body was just a receptacle. It was just empty at one end. It was just. I thought I was going to have to make my bed up in the bath. It was just firing shit out constantly. It was horrendous. And then, of course, you've got your big Scarlet's weekend.
It's my Halloween weekend.
Halloween weekend, and then of course you came down with it.
Yeah, it was dreadful.
And started giving me yeah, you had the voms as well, and you sort of like woke up as if telling me as if I'd fucking invented this illness.
I just created it to make my life miserable.
So I can't talk. I've got to blow my own.
Oh, here we go. If you listen carefully, you'll get to hear exactly what my life fucking sounds like.
I'm clearing my fucking tubes out.
While he's clearing his tubes. Yeah, so every year for Halloween we have a different theme. Last year we did like this kind of Slytherins takeover thing at work. It was pretty cool. Everything was Harry Potter themed, and we were rude to all the customers because
there's a fucking change.
Because they were all in Slytherin house, which just meant
because
the thing is, if you come in and you act like a bit of a twat, it is my job to point out that you're being a bit of a twat.
It happens on a Wednesday.
Yeah, it does happen why does it happen on a fucking Wednesday? Everyone needs to calm down on Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday, sarcastic days. Wednesday, Thursday, sarcastic days. Friday, Saturday, sarcastic days. Sunday, Monday, sarcastic days. Tuesday, Wednesday, sarcastic days. Thursday, Friday.
Oh my god. The thing is just to get to the level of sarcasm where no one knows that you're actually doing it anymore.
Don't forget, no one's polite enough to tell you. But no, it was great, and like I said, I thought, fucking hell, I prayed to the gods of poo that you'd be able to.
The poo god.
I prayed to the poo god. Dear poo god, but I was going to stick some up your ass for change wasn't my hand, and and was going to bung you up to make you better go to work. But you did, and I was so thrilled today when I walked into the bedroom and saw you looking like something from the Lords of Salem. And normally that'd make a bloke run for the hills, but I was like, oh, she's doing it.
I got my best wish on today.
She's doing it.
Today fucking hurt, actually.
I'm not surprised you're wearing a corset.
It wasn't even the corset. Well, I wore the corset so it would make me feel powerful and like I could just deal with the day. I felt fucking ropey today. And it's just really difficult when like everyone's trying to the team feed off my energy, and if I haven't got any, it's really.
You look like a tube of toothpaste wearing a really tight elastic band, and if you're really, really ill and had the shits, probably the worst thing I could ever think of to wear would be a corset. If someone tried to put a corset on me after I've been shitting for the other needle, no way, mate.
Well, it's just the things you do for commitment to dressing like a witch, I suppose.
Well, it was good because your cuphead ran over and your knocker.
Yeah, well, my boobs were stupid today, weren't they?
Cartoon knockers hanging over the top.
Sophie kept telling me off because my bra kept showing. It was either my bra or full tits.
It was full tits.
Choose one.
Yeah, no wonder the customers through the roof today. I was going to look at Scarlett's Nork.
Yeah, they did make a load in tips. Like, I don't share tips with them, but they did well today.
We fucking should do in future. If that's what you're going to dress.
No.
And I went and done a thing.
That's a shit boss. When a shit boss takes their team's tips, that's fucking lousy.
Yeah, but the boss shows her tits and everyone takes the tips.
Well, I take the profit, so who's making more money?
And so I went and, while you were fiddling around doing all that nonsense, I went to the gym and I had breakfast club with my mates.
Oh, don't you forget about peace.
Don't you
That frightened me.
Forget about me.
Why are you still frightening me?
So now I was standing with my mate Jordan.
I'm fragile today.
And Big Anthony.
Yeah, and who else?
Christian.
Oh.
And so we decided, because we were having a right good old chat, it was like loose women with cocks. And we were there, and we were having a right good old chit chat. And I said, look, let's do a breakfast club and do it as a podcast once a month, because we were putting some good shit out there.
Oh my god.
I've got no proof because we didn't record it. It was like with me, Flatliner and Big John did it last week.
Yeah, this has been lost to the ether.
Sadly, it didn't get recorded with me, Flatliner and Big John last week.
Probably
because
for the best that it didn't.
Yeah, because we did about an hour and a half and it was so fucking savagely rude and incriminating, and I think this is how bad it was. This is how bad it was. Flatliner contacted me on Monday morning and said, Stu, mate, I don't think you should put that episode out. Fuck me, that's how bad it was.
Oh, see, no, do you know when you're left with Chris being the voice of fucking reason,
if Chris Manns,
you know it's wrong.
If Chris Manns is the voice of fucking reason, then I thought, holy fuck, that must be toxic.
You've got to jog it on.
And then it turns out I didn't record it anyway. So anyway, it was just as well, because I think our editing man, Jim Hustle at the Rock Show, would have probably been pulling what hair he's got left out.
To be honest, you'd have ended up about 5 minutes worth of content.
Yeah, I think I'd have killed his bleep machine because it was pretty savage. But I went out and anyway after the gym I went and bought myself one of these fucking new. I've noticed a lot of the wrestlers last week. I was one of the only ones out again at the back having a cigarette, and I felt like a right straw. So I thought everyone else seems to be.
It's fucking raining and all.
I don't care. I am what I am. I like what I likes.
It's like a bear smoking in the rain.
Well,
you're not a French movie. You're not film noir.
I am film noir.
You're fucking noir.
I'm bet noir.
Little Vince noir.
Oh. So anyway, I went and bought one because everyone else they've changed since I last time I bought one was about 5 years ago, and it didn't stop me smoking.
I bought you one and you exploded it.
And then it blew up in my pocket. But this one is they're more small and compact now and a bit stubbier, and they seem very powerful. And so I thought, fuck it, I'm going to have a go with this and try and because I want to stop smoking.
Where did you get it from? Give them a plug.
I can't fucking remember.
Was it Totally Wicked?
Yeah, Totally Wicked on the Silver Hill.
Yeah.
And he was a nice young man in there, and all handsome in his little way and showing his little muscles off and giving me the reason.
Stop. Right, so let me get straight. You went and you bought a vape. What do you call that?
It's called a
e-cigarette.
Switch 2.
Oh, okay, well.
Switch 2.
You went and bought a Switch 2.
And had a little cuddle with a man in the shop.
And then like, a man in the shop showed you his muscles.
No, he just had them out. And we
Why is everything that happens to you gay?
I don't know, maybe I'm trying to tell you something, love.
Oh, am I a cover-up?
You're a cover-up for my secret fucking...
Because I'm alright with that, just as long as
I'm sure you are, I'm not. I don't have my bumhole's had enough.
Oh, no, because
my bumhole's had enough action this week, thank you.
Why are you going around cuddling mystery men in Silver Hill?
No, because he obviously saw me and thought, because I'd just come straight from the gym, so I was all puffed and ting and...
No, right, stop. Can we just make a pact now that you never do that ever again?
No, you've told me, you've given me carte blanche to do it.
No, I've not. I've
so now I was puffed and ting.
Not given you carte blanche of anything.
Oh, that reminds me of blancmange. For some reason, I'm now hungry.
Door.
Oh, I'm still hungry.
There's no ice cream in your future.
No. So anyway, yeah, this guy, he obviously looked in and he said to me, look, he said, I told him I had pneumonia before and my lungs fucked, and he said, well look, you'll have much more energy in the gym. To me that sold it, so there you go.
Well, so what flavour is it?
Fruit.
And how are you getting on with your fruit?
Mixed fruit. Mixed fruit is great.
What fruits in the mixed fruit?
Ooh, all of them.
No, because could be just like banana and apple. That's mixed.
It's mixed. This definitely there's a hint of mango in there. There's a bit of paprika. A bit of papaya and a bit of banana and some squash some grapes.
Jam and basil.
I've definitely got a twist of fucking pomegranate. Yeah. You don't know, and then all I know is...
I don't think you know.
Look, you want me to get healthy. And
I do want you to get healthy.
You want me to live longer, and now you're mocking me for living longer.
You don't even know what paprika is.
I don't care. I fucking know you're going to smack you in the head with this fucking cigarette in a minute. So if I mysteriously die, it's because of a switch food stuck between your head like a javelin.
Oh.
So look, we're just watching a programme on witchcraft, weren't we?
Yeah.
You like that, don't you?
I do like a bit of witchcraft.
Tell us about your witchcrafting ways, because you used to be well into that.
I think we'll save that for another.
Is that how you lured me? You lured me and you wanted to...
Yeah, I was just stabbing a doll in the eyes like 500 times, and then you came along.
No, you were doing some wishing for a bear, weren't you?
Yeah, I was like wrapping ribbons around a bear and hoping one would come along, and then I set it on fire.
Because you hadn't done an awful lot very well before me, so maybe you
That
must have
is very true.
So you must have done something right to lure me in with your ways.
You were the least bad, so...
Oh. Bullshit.
No, you're wonderful.
No, but I was watching that, so it reminded me of our time when we went down to the New Forest to Burley, which is... I don't really understand what the connection of Burley is with witchcraft, I'm assuming... They were just saying that on the documentary, and I wasn't listening.
It was one of the places with like the original rituals. And like the dancing in circles and what people were saying were like satanic orgies and stuff, because they just don't understand.
Love a bit of that.
You do enjoy a satanic orgy, but I think we should save that for another podcast, to be honest.
I love a bit of a satanic orgy.
Because that's like a whole ramble I could do, so it's not... I
had a wank in a stone circle once.
That is not very nice, is it?
I got high in a stone circle and done a wank. There you go.
How did you feel?
That's all from News Magazine. Like I do after all wanks, bit silly. It's like when you're eating an apple, you don't know where to look.
No, it's when you're eating a banana. You don't make eye contact with anyone when you're eating a banana.
I fucking do.
Well, that remains to be seen.
That bloke down the vape shop, mainly.
Fucking hell.
But no, let's go on about Witchcraft again, because I remember I used to go, my parents used to have a place in Boss Castle, and there was a wonderful place they called the Witchcraft Museum, and that was always thrilling to go there. It was wonderful, and there was had the original old wax cylinder recording of Aleister Crowley speaking the Great Beast, and it was on a loop, and it was always terrifying, absolutely terrifying, and wonderful old what they called poppets, which were actual real, I suppose, the very early crude voodoo dolls, weren't they?
Yeah, they were made with the hair of the person that you wanted to affect.
Yeah, and loads of the local people, when after the people died in their house and people were recovering items, they found loads of these in like cellars or attics of the local elderly people's houses, and so they've managed to store them in these glass cabinets, these real poppets with real toenail clippings and things with them. It's fucking something very, very scary and creepy about it all. But so there you go.
I don't believe that it's
Merry Christmas.
filthy animal. I don't believe you should use it for bad, because there's the law of threefold in Wicca, which is what you put out comes back to you threefold. Okay, so. But
there's different types of witches, presumably. There's a local fellow in Hastings, isn't there? A big white witch.
Kevin.
Yeah, that's right. Trust you should fucking know. I've only been living here for 5 minutes and already know the local witch.
I know all the witches.
Yeah, fucking.
It's weird because like I never go out and looking for them, but for them ever. But they always find me. And there's on
Facebook.
There's a great lady who's also a white witch called Betsy, who found me at the Battle Medieval Fair. The one that reminds me of my grandma. Who always does my tarot and always tries to nurture me and read me, and I always sort of try and be a little bit closed off with her because she can literally see straight through me. And
really?
It's absolutely terrifying.
Oh, good, I need to go and have a word with Betsy. Give us a fucking clue, Betsy. What's going on?
No, she's a lovely lady, and I always make sure that she's got lots of food allergies, and she likes to try and eat very healthy. She's very in tune with nature and stuff. And
the local children aren't doing it for her anymore.
Well, you get to a certain age and children don't cut it anymore. So
tell me about it.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Sorry. Anyway, as we were.
Don't end up being a nonce case.
No, fucking don't come on my show saying things like that.
I have my own introduction this week.
Just
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Just because I'm an aged DJ, it doesn't mean. Oh, fuck me, that was talking to which Flatliner last week.
That picture.
Flatliner could not get his head around me wearing my headphones last week. That to him.
It's because you haven't seen yourself with those headphones on, presumably.
Come out of the size of my head with headphones. They look like a pea on a drum on my head.
That's pretty funny.
And he was.
It's like a bear with toy headphones.
He thought it was funny. He was going, here's the hairy cornflake, not half. He was for about half an hour, him and John laughing to each other like a couple of fucking goons before they got the train home laughing to me about,
John will laugh at fucking anything. He just likes being involved. It's like a dog.
Bless him. But no, Witchcraft, I'm glad it's making. Is it making a comeback or is it dead in the water?
No, I think that it is becoming more socially acceptable as a religion, and is probably the biggest religion that this country has ever created. And it's in the top 10 biggest religions in the world. So I just think that it is one of those developing things. So what was my Wicca is not now, say, a young witch's Wicca. But what's important and what drew me to it is its feminist fundamentals, and just sort of like just being aware of nature and the planet and the seasons, and just being in tune with all that.
I can understand its appeal, if I'm honest. I remember when we used to go to the Rollright Stones years ago, there was over the back of the field where there was that stone circle, there was another stone which was a fertility stone, and I always used to hang around there in the hope that women were going to get their knockers out and lay them on the fertility stone. It never ever happened when I was there.
Nobody puts tits on a fertility stone.
I put my tits on that stone.
How did that work out for you?
I got pregnant. Done it.
Whose was it?
There's some goat called Basil.
And what happened?
Oh, it ended badly.
Oh.
We ended up dancing the like fandango and it all went wrong, rolled down the hill.
Is that the goat Mendes?
The goat Mendes.
Is that your son?
He put in a personal appearance.
Oh, God. You just breathed on me so hard. I nearly fell off my chair.
That was.
That was so hard.
All it was mixed fucking fruit. Mixed fruit. Have a word with yourself.
Fruit.
So what else do we know? So we've done that show. We're now moving on to our Academy show, which has moved date to December the 2nd.
Yeah, it's because our venue double booked us, idiot.
Yeah, well done. But anyway, still love them.
Yeah.
December the 2nd and... yeah, cunt. So we moved to December 2nd, so it's going to be our first ever Academy show where we're going to crown our first ever Academy champion.
That's pretty exciting.
That's really exciting, actually. That's really... I'm fucking looking forward to that big time.
It was a great idea to have the Academy as its own brand.
Can you not have hiccups?
I can't help having hiccups.
This is the first show you've done in weeks. Well done. No, you haven't been scoffing your chops.
No, it's because if I eat anything, I'm going to be sick. So.
No, I don't say that. We're going to spoil everything.
Well,
there's some Roman shower.
Yeah, just get it all over this bloody snowball.
I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased with all our lot. They've been a fine bunch.
They don't even realise how lucky they've got it, though.
No, they don't.
So I was sat there watching the show with a couple, and with Kiernan and Jeff and Maddie and Taylor, and telling them about some of the little shit fucking halls that I used to have to work in front of, like 20 people if you were lucky, and then like 5 of them were reading fucking books in the front row. By that time, when was it? That place we worked at, it was NCW and I was wrestling Lucy Claydon.
It was a giant fucking car one of those car warehouse places.
Fucking hell, and it was just like wrestling to the sound of your own footsteps. I get chucked out of the ring by Lucy, like ram her head off the apron, and there's this disabled young lad in the front row
reading a manual.
He looks up from this fucking book at me like, excuse me, do you mind keeping it down?
Yeah,
so sorry.
So who willed you in, you fucking specky nerd?
Bitch!
Do you mind? I'm reading War and Peace, you cow.
Do you mind?
Fucking hell. Oh mate, I remember watching that back on the thing and laughing my head off at that.
Hell.
That was very
Liberty,
funny.
That was.
I was surprised you didn't beat the little cunt out of
Well, I would do now. Like back that was like when I was nice and I wouldn't punch a disabled. I mean, I probably would now, so.
Yeah, I see Billy Batty's reared his head again today on...
Oh, he was just baiting. I wrote this whole fucking thing, and then I just thought, nah, do you know what?
Nah, fuck
You're not even important to fucking argue with.
No, I noticed he popped up, made some comment about women's wrestling.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, do you know what?
Motherfucker,
also, look, if you look at all his pictures, every single fucking picture of him with having a picture done with fucking... You know, John Cena, he's a little fucking punter who's desperate to...
One day I'm going to punch him so fucking hard in the mouth.
I've
there you go, mate.
But he'll have to, he's so desperate to... And there we are talking about the pricks anyway. Yeah. Next. So, no, our students, awesome. We've got our academy again tomorrow. We're going to go down and start putting the opening touches on this big new show, and also announce our dates for the new year. It was lovely having Crusher Curtis down last week, wasn't it?
Oh, do you know, he is a good lad, and I would like to keep him as part of the team.
So would I. Well, I spoke to Dan, and he was saying, why don't you come on my podcast? And I said, you ain't got a podcast, mate. You've got a little bit...
You got a toy podcast.
You got a toy podcast. You're a toy man. You look like more...
Toy wrestler, toy man.
Toy man.
Toy singlet. Your toy little entrance.
Yeah, little toy
music. just a fucking monkey with cymbals. They've just wound you up and sent you out the curtain, clanging your cymbals. Toy podcast.
Oh, the hate. But no, fucking hell, he was great, and I loved him.
He was good.
So I want to go on his... He's going to put me on his podcast, so I'm going to have him on mine.
Do you love him?
Podcast friend.
Podcast best friend.
But he's a genuinely lovely fan.
Do you love him?
Yeah, I do.
Why don't you marry him then?
He's already taken. No, I'm married.
Oh yeah.
Stop trying to gay me off with everyone.
Could you just do a bit of gaying off? I'm alright with it. I'm secure. I'm not a jealous
He did
type.
send me a picture of himself with his bits and pieces tucked between his legs, sitting on the toilet last week.
Why did he do that?
Just for fun.
Why?
Why not? It's the sort of thing my mates do. You should see the stuff Flatline that sends me.
No, I do see the stuff Flatline. Fuck it. The precursor to anything is, here, look at this this video that Chris sent me. I do not want to see that video. I can tell you, without even being clairvoyant,
I've seen things.
I do not want to see that video.
I thought I was open-minded. I've seen things on those videos from Chris that I didn't know fucking existed.
Describe the most recent one.
No.
There you go.
No, I did crack one off to it though. Anyway, right, over to little man Dan now, because he's been out.
Oh, is he here?
He's not here, but he's been out at our venue,
I meant here on the podcast,
yeah,
not
of course
physically here in the room of spoons.
Well, where were you half an hour ago? I just told you he was fucking pay attention, 007.
I was thinking about cats.
Well, Dan, he would go around with his little recording device, and he was nipping between people's legs and jumping in the air and hanging on, swinging down on wires. And
what was that thing in Home Alone that was like the recording device?
I never saw it. I've never seen Home Alone.
What?
No, it doesn't appeal to me.
What?
Unless Macaulay Culkin had been beaten an arse fuck at the end of that film, I had no reason to watch it.
Why does everything always have to end an arse fucking?
Because he's a little prick. Look what's happened to him now. He might as well have been. It made no difference
What's
his career.
What's happened to him? He's just fucked off.
Oh, he's a cunt.
Leave him alone.
Home Alone.
Leave Macaulay Culkin alone.
That's the problem with American films. There's not enough fucking gravitas. And I like to see some sort of nasty Eden Lake viciousness happen to the end of Home Alone.
No. Eden Lake was wrong.
Yeah, I know, but there you go.
That made me angry. That made me want to go chav hunting.
Yeah, I know, but that's real. That's real life. Not some kid defending himself with pots and pans against some fucking gang of New York hoodlums.
Look, anyone that has a dream can. If you can dream it, you can do it.
Who are you, Jack White? Shut your noise. Listen, don't worry, he won't be listening. He's too busy fiddling with his biscuits. But look, I'm going over to Dan now. Dan, stop harassing my wrestlers at my show.
Toy Dan.
Take it away.
Giving you your weekly dose of a kick in the nuts, this is Stiff Right Hand.
Okay, here I am with Brother David. Got a couple of questions for him. So, Brother David, how long have you been wrestling for?
Well, I've been wrestling since 2012.
2012, okay, so it's your 5th year of wrestling.
Yep.
So in those 5 years, what was your favourite match you've ever been in?
Oh, there's been a few. Let me think. I think my St George's title match was against Dino Locke. He had me running for a while there. Yeah, that was my favourite match, I think, yeah.
Cool. And what match was it that got you into wrestling?
It's when I was younger, really. My friends had some VHSs of WWF back in the day, and they showed me, and I was hooked. So when I was growing up, I enjoyed it, and I went to know how to do it. And when I got a bit older, joined the Extreme Academy of Wrestling, and that's where I am now.
Cool. And how are you feeling about tonight's match?
Well, tonight's match, it's going to be a tough one. We've got one of the 2 best wrestlers probably in the world. You've got Jody Fleisch and Doug Williams, and that's going to be a very, very hard match, I think. It's going to be a very, very hard match.
So, Brother David, good luck in your match tonight. I'm sure we'll be booing you.
Yeah.
I'll be booing you. Let's see who we got to interview next. Okay, I am joined by...
Hi there guys, I'm Jeff Leopard.
Jeff Leopard. And Jeff, how long have you been wrestling for?
Wow, how long have I been wrestling for now? Well, I've been training for about 1.5 years in actual wrestling, but before that, I just love a scrap, so I've been training in various martial arts and whatnot for 6 years, and I've been partying for life.
Partying for life.
Partying for life.
I'm not going to mess with him because he'll probably be able to destroy me in seconds. So, Jeff, what was the match that got you into wrestling? Your favourite match?
Well, that's a difficult question. There's so much good wrestling out there. When I was watching wrestling as a kid, I loved guys like Bret the Hitman Hart, Razor Ramon, dudes like that. And I remember the match when the 1-2-3 Kid went over Razor Ramon.
Yes.
It was amazing. But I would have to say probably anything by Bret Hart.
Anything by
Bret Hart. I love the guy.
I got to meet Bret a few years ago, which was an incredible moment.
Nice dude.
Lovely. Very charming. Okay, so how are you feeling about tonight?
Well, we got a great match coming up for you. I'm teaming up with Flatliner, and if you don't know who that is, check him out because he is entertaining as hell.
Yeah.
Like, the guy knows how to throw a party, so he's the perfect guy for me to get my start. This is my first ever match, so he's the perfect guy to come out with me. And you know, we're going to be up against two tough dudes. You got the Damned, who's been here before, big guy, skull mask, you know, scary.
Yes.
And Crusher Curtis, another absolute beast. So you know, it's going to be fun.
So basically, we might have to call an ambulance.
We may have to call an ambulance, but there again, there probably should be one on hand for the whole night because there's some crazy matches going on, my friend.
We're all about the health and safety at EWW.
All about health and safety, health and safety, health and safety. Have a party, but be safe first.
Cool. Let's see who we're going to interview next. We just met Dean. I'm with Dean. So Dean, a couple of questions for you.
Yeah.
How long have you been wrestling?
15 years on and off. Took a little hiatus, but a long time.
Cool. So 15. That's a long time. And kind of what got you into wrestling?
I remember I was 11 years old. I watched the 1991 Royal Rumble. My friend brought it over on a VHS.
Right.
And we watched that, and I was like, this is the most insane, funnest, craziest thing I've ever seen. I want to do it.
Cool. I wonder how many people are saying, what's a VHS?
Exactly. What's a VHS? All the kids, there's a little tape, but yeah, you put it in the machine. Like a DVD, but not as good.
You had to rewind it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
What's rewind? They're all going, what's rewind?
I know Skip.
Yeah.
And not Skip, Chris Candido Skip.
No.
Anyway.
You had to play it backwards, whatever.
And so, 1991 Royal Rumble was his favourite match. Okay, so what's been your favourite match you've ever been in?
I gotta say anything with Crusher Curtis because he's just hilarious. I love wrestling him, even if he's beating the hell out of you. He is fun to work with.
Sweet. And how are you feeling about tonight?
Tonight is good. I've been away from EWW for 8 or 9 years, so Contraband is epic. But some crazy stuff tonight.
Sweet.
Crazy stuff. So I'm absolutely looking forward to it like you wouldn't believe.
Sweet. Chizzy, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see who we're going to interview next. Okay, right, I'm here with
B-Ray.
B-Ray, nice to meet you. And how long have you been wrestling?
I was wrestling for about 9 years until I took a long hiatus, about 5 or 6 years, and this will be my first show since.
Well, first show back. Okay, so what got you into wrestling? What was like the match that got you into it?
Well, it was such a long time ago, but I just loved the atmosphere of it, the athleticism of it, just competing and putting on such a performance, especially for the people. But the way I'm feeling tonight, I've got some scores to settle. I've been away for a long time. I ain't going to say much, but you find out.
Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit scared.
Well, it's not you I'm going to be talking, so don't you worry about that, son.
Okay, good. We're safe, I think. So, what's been your favourite match that you've been in?
I would say probably two of them that I've been in. One of them was against the Dominator, no DQ. No matter how much I fought, it was still a good fight. I didn't win, but hey, it was worth it.
Maybe one day you'll get your revenge.
Maybe one day, maybe when he least suspects it.
Good. And how are you feeling about tonight?
Tonight, I'm feeling very, very confident, but very vengeful. Very vengeful, but these people don't know that yet.
Oh, okay, fighting tour. Let's see who we're going to interview next. I'm here with
John Cosell.
Cool. So, John, how long have you been wrestling for?
I've been wrestling for around about 9 years now.
9 years. That's quite a long time.
It's a while. It's a fair while. Maybe 8 years, 8, 9.
7.
I don't know. I think 8, maybe 9. Coming on to 9.
Well, okay. So, what was like the match that got you into wrestling?
The match that got me into wrestling, probably Warrior and Hogan at WrestleMania 6. That stood out to me. I like the big guys, big like jacked up guys, and that was my era of watching wrestling. And yeah, I suppose after that era, then big guys like Nash and Hogan and Scott Hall, guys like that. That's what I enjoyed to watch. So, yeah.
Well, you're a big guy yourself.
Yeah.
Right? This guy, his arms like the size of my head. I'm not even joking. So, what's been your favourite match?
I've had many good fun times in the ring. EWW here, I've had some great matches with the Dominator, with Stu, who's my tag partner now. We had a great match. We had a big Warrior Hogan-esque match as well. That was great. That's good fun for me. Sam Elias in Italy. Jesus. Mr. Kennedy for WAW. Yeah, I've had some good fun times. Yeah. Very lovely.
And you wrestled Jesus, apparently.
Wrestled Jesus, what, tonight? Or?
Well, in your little name there, you said, you in your middle of your sentence went Jesus.
Oh, Jesus, yeah, him as well. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Skinny bastard. Yeah, he's only small, man. 190 maybe max tops. Give it. Yeah.
Cool. So how are you feeling about tonight's show?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great. Hastings is always a good, easy crowd. I do like 5 things, and one of them is just like, so they bite for it, they love it. It's a big family show, close to 1,000 people. What more can you want? Good fun.
Yeah. So if you want to see this guy live, make sure you come along to our next show here.
Absolutely.
Have you got a Twitter or something?
At Revolution Titan on Instagram. Right, Jesus, my social media's terrible. Or Revolution Titan on Facebook. It's the easiest way to get me.
Cool.
Revolution Titan.
Especially like this guy.
There you go. And if you don't, I'll come for you, bitch.
You want the truth? You can't handle the truth, you cock jazz. This is Stiff Right Hand.
Cool, so I'm here with Lupo, and Lupo, just a couple of questions for you. How long have you been wrestling for?
I started when I was 12. I've been doing this for nearly 8 years now. I'm 20, I'm 21 next month, and it's been the most important thing in my life most of that time, if not all.
Okay, so in the comments, happy birthday Lupo for next month. Definitely happening.
Yeah.
And okay, so what was the match that got you into wrestling?
I went to a show at the Summerfield Centre in Hastings, and it was WW when I was 10 years old, and it was the Dominator, Flatliner and Little Legs versus, I can't remember, the Voodoo Prince, Raven and someone else, and I cannot remember for the life of me, but it just got me into wrestling. There was theatrics, you had the Dominator being the muscle, you had Raven doing his high flying, you had Little Legs, a little dwarf who would run around and just bite people's butts, and it was just a bit of everything, and it really got me into it, just the environment of being at a live show, and I loved it. It was seriously one of my favourite matches ever.
So this guy went from being a fan of the show to being on this show.
Yep.
In fact, he's taking on Dominator tonight, aren't you? You're one of the guys in the tag team match. So what's been your favourite match that you've ever taken part in?
It has to be the last one. I've always been a fan of ladder matches, and at the last show I got put in an 8-man ladder match, and I had a blast. It was mental. I got a ladder to the face. Most fun I've ever had.
Probably the only guy who would say a ladder to the face, most fun. Definitely not for me. And how are you feeling about tonight?
I'm not going to lie, I am a bit nervous about tonight. I'm wrestling the Dominator and Titan Critical Mass, one of the best tag teams in England. If you haven't seen them wrestling, they're two mountains of men. And I've got to stand across the ring from them, like I've been watching people do for the last 8 years and get demolished. Now I've got to be the one stood there trying to fight them. So give it my best. I'm not going to stay down.
Rather you than me, if I'm honest. Well,
so I've got Grayson in there with me as well, so
it'd be fine.
Yeah. Let him take the heat.
I think he's probably going to get squashed. I'm sorry.
It's
I'm sorry.
So I'm going to become pancake by the end of this.
Yeah.
Fun.
I'll get the ambulance ready. Anyway, let's see who we're going to interview next. I'm here with Doug Williams. Doug, what was the highlight of your night?
Well, it could be the fact that we won our tag match, but really it's got to be the last ever match from Jinx and everybody giving him a standing ovation at the end. It was very emotional.
It was emotional. Thank you so much, Doug.
No worries, mate. Cheers.
Okay, guys, I'm with Flatliner. Flatliner, what was the highlight of your night? And Scarlett, she's here too. Highlight of the night.
Highlight of the night, definitely the retirement of Jinx.
That was highlight, Scarlett.
I knew him before he was Jinx, and he's done a hell of a lot in this job. It's a very, very sad day.
He has paved the way for a lot of us now, and also he has been a fabulous mentor to myself personally. So to be his retirement opponent was a massive honour, and to see all you guys come and pay your respects and share the love that honestly meant the world. It was fantastic. But this is one that
still the champ.
Yeah, baby.
Cool. Hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. See you soon. Hello.
Read all about it. Doug Williams smashed in Scarlett's Minky.
Right, so there's my little man down there with a few sound bites from the show. Halloween then.
It's Halloween right now.
It is literally Halloween today.
I love it. Halloween makes me really happy. Anyway, I have stolen from this massive great big cauldron for the leftover.
There's an actual cauldron, a big big black cauldron full of sweets.
And appreciate the good sweets that we were given to that's some.
I appreciate it because I appreciate even more our choice of where we live, because we live in a lovely medieval town and right by Battle Abbey, in fact. But the beauty of it is that it's all security cameraed and gated and lit up, and so no kids can get in. So I'm looking at those sweets thinking, and no kids getting hands on those tonight.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
Just me.
Yeah, fuck you.
Look, I might share.
Fuck all of the kids.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Oh, Jesus, can't say that, can I?
No, that's rude.
Oh. So yeah, go on.
Well, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to do a Halloween thing? Let's talk about the annoying things that happen at Halloween.
Well, I was just going to say, I was impressed with, because obviously we had a real bad stomach virus when we were both laid up in that, and you were really ill. And then you spent the entire fucking day in that corset, which I thought was quite admirable, really.
Oh, do you know what? It was because of that corset that I made it through the day, because I couldn't fucking sit down. There was no chance I was sitting down.
I just squeezed the last ounce of shit out of my ass.
Oh, it was just also because that it made me feel like Wonder Woman, so I just dealt with it. But fucking hell, it's not something I want to repeat in the near fucking future. That was miserable.
A lot of people have been sharing about that. Talking of Halloween, they've been sharing about that loads of little clips and newspaper pieces from that. Remember that old thing they did on the BBC years ago?
Ghostwatch. Yeah, because I thought that was fucking. I thought it was true.
Well, you'd have. I thought it was true.
No, because when I was a kid, that stuff and Brass Eye, there was all brand new, unprecedented.
No, but Brass Eye was fucking.
But it was just unprecedented comedy.
No, they were clever with the way they did it with Ghostwatch, because they did it with a trusted old BBC member of the fucking BBC hierarchy, with Michael Parkinson. And no one thought Michael Parkinson.
Because you thought you could trust Parky, didn't you? Turns out you can't, because he lies about ghosts.
Trust Parkinson's.
Ghost liar.
But they got someone who'd never done anything like that before, and they made you, and he was the one reason we thought, oh, maybe this isn't bullshit then. But you were young enough to believe. I was old enough to think, this is a work. But it was still.
Who was the ghost that was stood in the corner? Mr. Claypole or something?
Pipes.
Pipe Puppet.
Mr. Claypole? No, that was Rent-A-Ghost.
Oh, there might be drugs in my sweet.
Well, roll up.
Yeah.
But no, fucking. I remember what was creepy about it was the way it was filmed. It wasn't on the 8mm, it was on a 10mm film or something, and made it look really, really.
10mm?
But it made it look really, really like home movie-ish.
Yeah.
And there was something creepy about it, and the way they did it, and it was fucking great. And of course, it caused a furor because some kids were learning difficulties.
A child saw it in the land.
No, that's some kids were learning difficulties killed themselves, didn't they? One in particular, he left a note saying, "If there is ghosts, then I will forever be with you as a ghost." He sent a letter to his parents, which was really sad. He was apparently watched it, and he was so transfixed by it. He was curled up on the sofa, and his parents said he was just absolutely like a rabbit in the headlights with it. And then a couple of days later, he hung himself, and they found a note saying, "If there is ghosts, then I will forever be with you."
It's a bit dark, isn't it?
And I think they tried suing the BBC and that, but even so, I think the writer won BAFTA awards for it, and it was still quite ahead of its time in the world of found footage ghost things like that. So there you go.
That's very insightful. Nice job.
Yeah, good. So over to you then.
Let's discuss the annoying points of Halloween.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, all right.
You did on your Facebook.
Yeah, I was doing a bit on Facebook about this, but I'll just pick them at random. All right. Halloween, sexy costumes. Discuss.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I don't want to discuss it.
Oh, that's an interesting podcast, don't you?
Well, it's difficult for me because I have always loved really innovative Halloween costumes. I really like the girl, and I've no idea if it's a real one, but I really hope it is. And I think she must have been Mexican. And she was being carried off.
Oh, by Donald Trump.
By Donald
in a cardboard box.
Yeah, she was Donald Trump.
She's been deported.
Been deported in a cardboard box, and I thought, yeah, that's fucking awesome.
There's two kinds of girls for me at Halloween. There's that kind of girl, And then there's
They
also
never guess what the other kind are they, sluts?
the sexy cat kind
Yeah.
of girl.
Well, we've
Well,
all-
anything but sexy. I'm a sexy ghost, sexy vampire.
No, I mean you could be
Sexy
accused
nurse.
of doing
I'm
yourself
just
up
naturally
like.
sexy. That's
Well, of course.
You know, it shines through. I could wear a bin bag.
Yeah, you can. You have, and you are.
Yeah, I'm
But-
right now.
But no, I mean you know you've been guilty of wearing your Harley Quinn stuff and that. But then again, everyone says that
Yeah, but
even when
that's-
you're in your normal fucking clothes, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
but
that's-
and you get called Morticia Adams just in
Just
your normal.
walking down the fucking
Just by some
road.
rude bastard cleaning our windows in the morning. But no,
Oh.
you know, you get it all the time anyway. So.
Yeah, I got it from someone that used to own a business in town.
You don't anymore, do you, mate? Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's
She used to shout Lily Munster at me every morning. Well,
Yeah.
that's fine, but that's Yvonne de Carlos, one of the most beautiful, glamorous women in the world. So,
yeah.
thanks for the amazing compliment, you dickwad.
I hope we get cold in a dull queue, but there we go. But there's but no, it's like I say, you're right. There are two different types, and it's normally, but yeah, I think you have to really shop about or make your own thing. Do you know what I mean? Because there's always sexy zombie nurses, sexy zombie.
It's just basic,
fucking,
isn't it?
yeah.
It's just basic. And if you're going to be slutty something, just fucking, just overdo it. Overdo whatever the fuck you're going to do.
Own it
But
like
just,
own it like your mate. What's her
Don't just
name?
wear tit tape and then fucking.
Well, no, do
some
that.
cat ears
Well,
and
no.
then-
If you're good looking, you got a good body, tit tape, and run
You wear
round.
some tit tape.
I'm always wearing tit
You're
tape.
wearing it now.
You haven't got enough tape.
Skin tape.
I like to wear a skin-tight suit
Oh, don't start on that again.
when I'm at work. There's nothing I like more than sitting me in ball soup in a skin-tight suit.
Fuck's sake.
So, why did that happen? So go on. So that was question one. Second question.
Alright, okay. Right, so what about cultural appropriation, people?
I don't really know what
there's-
cultural appropriation
right,
is
so
it? And if there is any such thing as it, I'm probably the wrong bloke to ask.
Right, no, let me hit you with some truths then. So, cultural
some
appropriation for me is just like if a white girl dresses up as Moana, who's obviously a Polynesian character, then that is cultural appropriation. And it's something that, like, a certain kind of liberal white person is really, really fucking worried about. Are you eating some Skittles there? Other fruit sweets are available. Yeah, so it's something like, just like certain kind of liberal white person is worried about, so that they can just sort of like batter people on social media, and they're like pious fucking, oh no, you can't possibly dress up as Mulan, for example, who's Chinese, because that's cultural appropriation. Don't be Pocahontas if you're white. No, white people can only be white people, and black people can only be black people. And I just think that, like, everything's up for grabs or nothing's up for grabs. And if you spend your life telling people what they can and can't fucking do, it says more about you than anyone else. And also, like, why are you worried about what's going to offend other races? Like, all cultures are made from appropriating from other fucking cultures. So that's how cultures are made. You borrow bits and pieces from here, from there, from law, from all kinds of
There's
places.
a lot of hand action going on there.
Because I've had sweets and I'm excited. It's
Yeah, but I'm
Halloween.
having to duck and weave and.
That's because I'm trying to punch you.
Well,
But
try harder.
yeah, so I just say, I think you can't possibly have a mandate for fucking governing children's fucking fancy dress costumes. And if you're a little white girl and you want to be Moana's badass, be her. Just like, what isn't okay, however, is like, if you're going to be an African character or a Chinese character, like, or white or whatever, like, don't whiteface, blackface, or yellowface.
Well, there you go. That's where the limit is, isn't it?
Yeah, because like then that's racist. But you cannot.
Yeah,
like,
but there's me. I
cultural
wanted to go and be
appropriation is
Michael
not a
Clark
fucking
Duncan
thing.
in the Green Mile, and I can't do that.
Well, you can be, but
Unless
you
I
just-
choose to be Ian Duncan Smith,
you just-
which is who you thought he was in the film Daredevil. Oh, he's really good in Daredevil, Ian Duncan Smith.
Duncan
No,
Smith.
he's in the Conservative
He was
Party
the only one
there.
that was good in Daredevil.
Well, Ian Duncan Smith, who
Yeah,
wasn't in
who
Daredevil.
wasn't in
Yeah,
Daredevil.
okay.
Yeah, so that's cultural appropriation. What do you think about it? It's a bit bullshit, isn't it?
I think it's bollocks, really. I think you should be allowed to black and white. I don't think
I
that's
don't
a
think
big...
you should black and white.
I
up
don't
to
really
be-
see, honestly, I think it's just fucking...
Yeah, you can see why that would be more offensive
Yeah,
than
I
just
can.
like a fucking kid dressed up as fucking Pocahontas.
Yeah, I can, but I honestly...
What kind of, like, are we like raising a generation of clenching, moaning, entitled, whinging, fucking tiresome little fucking human being?
Well, listen, here's the thing. I'll show you the other week. one of our student sisters came in with her boyfriend.
Oh God.
And a nice kid, obviously. I thought Indian or something like that. I said to him, hello mate, what's your name? He told me his name. I said, where are you from? He said, Ashford. I said, no, where are you really from? He said, Sri Lanka. So I made the stupid decision of trying to... I totally misjudged the situation because I'd spent the night before
with Kemi.
With Brett and Kemi.
Yeah.
Who's the voodoo queen Amarat, and she was the most chilled out, wonderful girl in the world, and
strong, independent black woman.
She was a wonderful girl, and we were sitting there and we were just talking absolute shit to each other, and she's so laid back. So I thought everyone was like that. So then I said to this lad, "What made you think you could come into a venue this size with a rucksack on?" And he was like, "Oh, bro," and it looked like I'd just shat on his grandmother's coffin. Do you know what I mean? It was just, and everyone, and the friends who was with him were devastated. And I thought, wow, I've really hit a huge cultural divide here.
The thing is, like, it's a
and let me finish that story. So I was saying it's hugely generational, but in that moment I felt like fucking Bernard Manning. So I thought, well, look, let's reel it in. Let's reel it in, and I realised that I've done wrong. And although there was a part of me that thought, he's just said to me, "Oh, don't say that, bruv. Didn't say please or thank you. It's my venue. Now I want to glass you." There was a part of me in my heart of hearts that actually wanted to cause him violence. But then I thought, no, I've been wrong here. So I said, come over here, mate. Let's have a cuddle. And I realised I've done wrong. I said, so I really offended you. Well, and later on in the night, he said, I was being a bit sensitive. Thanks for a great night, blah, blah. And I said, listen, by the way, just so there's really no hard feelings, just to let you know that my brother-in-law is Sri Lankan. And he's like, really? I said, yeah, really. The fact that my father threw my sister out of the family for marrying him is neither here nor there. But that's
a generational thing.
That again proves my point that it's generational. So there you go. We all make mistakes. Next question.
It's not a question. Alright, next discussion. Oh, it's one of my favourite rants now. Okay, it's like when people claim that, like, you've got to watch out for your kids' fucking sweets being spiked because strangers are putting drugs in the sweets. Right, not wasting drugs, not wasting sweets. Next.
Well, we've covered that one before. That's just an absolute urban myth. And
there's been no reports of tampered with fucking candy ever.
If there was, I'd be fucking out there reliving my youth right now, dressed up in a bin bag if that was going on. So.
Yeah, Mars bar with a bit of cat in it. Be away. Other Class A drugs are available. All right, okay. So what about another one that was raised?
What are you talking about?
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Was it more Mars cat?
Too much Mars cat. Right, so what about teenagers that trick or treat? That's another thing we were just
absolutely. I spoke to you about this one area, and I don't think it's a problem. But for all you know, there might be some little arseholes out there that just using it to scare fucking Gladys over the road, or to give an excuse to legally egg someone's house. But on the other hand, you've got to look at it that maybe they didn't have the opportunity to do it in their childhood, so let them fucking enjoy it now.
Well, I don't think everything should be specially just for the children.
No, nothing should be just for the children. There's even adult nappies nowadays.
Why can't the magic and the fun in the community be a bit for everyone? And I always find that with teenagers, I always get little bolshy twats round by my courtyard and stuff, because it's like on set back off the high street, so it's naturally like a dark place. You just fucking level with them like they're human beings. Like, they are completely fine. So with this, you've got to be scared of the teenagers are coming. Oh, the teenagers are going to knock on my door. Like, alright, do you want a Mars bar? Of course he wants a fucking Mars. Everyone wants a fucking Mars bar.
Wicket.
Yeah. No cat Mars bars for the teenagers, mind. Get a reputation for that sort of thing. But I don't see what the problem is. I just think it's as always, the Susans out there bleating on because there's no content that they can put on their fucking Facebook page except blithering on about non-existent threats to their beloved children. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think people are so busy worrying about their kids
that they forget to live themselves.
There you go. I didn't need to finish that. What's the next one? Is there another one?
Nothing. Just I don't like people that bother houses that aren't lit up or specifically don't have Halloween decorations. So if you're one of those people that just like knock everyone, don't do that, because someone might be like vulnerable living there, or an elderly alone person might be living there, or even a rapist could be living there and you don't know. So 1, be careful, and 2, be nice, because it's everyone's Halloween. And thus ends the Halloween lecture from me, the self-appointed Queen of Halloween. You're welcome.
Yeah, and what about that present I bought you?
Oh, it was a fucking good present. Do you want to tell him about it?
Oh, I bought you
sensational present.
The wonderful Blu-ray monster movie collection of all the Creature from the Black Lagoon,
all the classic
Invisible Man,
Universal monsters,
all the Universal monster movies.
I am looking forward to Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, but there was so many in there, and they're
all of them are there. The gang's all there.
The gangs were there. They were there with the movie cards and
little book of information about it.
Yeah, it was cool, man.
Oh, I love it. I'm going to start cracking on with those tonight. After Bake Off, of course, which is not Halloween related, but still fucking important. What about that Prue spoiling it?
Ruined it. Put it up on Twitter who the winner was. And
I managed to avoid any spoilers, so don't talk to me about it.
I didn't see it, but I heard that she'd said, oh, well done to so-and-so, but because she was in Australia, she thought the time... she thought the time was different.
I hope she doesn't get fired, because she's so much more watchable than that cunt Mary Berry.
Well, she's
there's too many fucking close-ups like Mary Berry's dry old lady mouth eating cake.
Charles got off on that bit thing about her.
No, it's dreadful.
Her wrinkled concertinaed mouth framing my hard penis.
I like how seriously we take Halloween now, and I like how seriously us as a nation take the Bake Off, and that
I'm just appalled that we're fucking talking about it on air.
Well, no,
I'm bringing you Stiff Right Hand, ladies and gentlemen. What's the subject? Fucking Great British Bake Off.
You know what? Next fucking week I'm going to talk about the winner, or probably even this episode. I don't know.
Well, let's have a little chat about next week's episode, because next week's episode, we did say, we're going to make this a bit more eclectic and a bit more different and a bit more globe striding and talk to different people from different walks of life.
Girl.
But next week we are, so we're going to be talking to our friend Danielle Free, and that name won't ring any bells to you out there, but she is the wife of a very good friend of mine, an artist and illustrator called Nick Willis, and she has just gone on a voyage of self-discovery, and she's gone around Spain, and she's got some wonderful stories to tell. Would you like to?
I love her, and she's one of my favourite people in the whole world, and I spent most of today with her. She came and helped me do some shop stuff. She balances me out. She's like the yin to my yang.
She's a lovely, kind little hippie chick,
Makes me calm.
She comes to all our wrestling shows and puts up with a lot of my nonsense and silliness that I shout at her.
You do shout stuff at her.
I do shout at her, and I like aggravating her a lot, but she's going to come...
One day she's going to snap, and that'll be the end of it.
She's going to have a Raoul Moat moment, and she's going to shoot me, and you're going to have to go and meet her down by a river with a loaf of bread and a stolen hotel robe.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, no, she'll have murdered me. You're a fucking widow now.
Well, I can't let that happen, because I need you to die in mysterious circumstances, so I can walk down some stairs in a Marabou.
However I die, I can guarantee you now it won't be mysterious. It'll be in very obvious circumstances.
Oh, he mysteriously has been killed by an axe.
Yeah. So there you go.
I don't want to kill you with an axe. That's a lot.
Well, this is all out there in the.
No, it's a lot of
this
work.
is out there in the internet world forever and ever now. There you go. This is going to come back to haunt you one day.
You underestimate how much I can't be bothered to kill you with an axe.
Oh,
it's just that old age do it.
Oh, there you go. Love and marriage.
I like your face though.
Oh, good So anyway, we've just announced also tonight our Academy show, which is December the 2nd at Battle Memorial Hall. We've just done the publicity for it and put that out there. With all our wonderful boys and girls from the Academy on, and so tickets are on sale.
I'm on it and all.
Yeah, you're on it as well.
I'm not from the Academy, I was.
We had to get a real human being on there, didn't we?
To get a proper one.
Otherwise they'd think it was some sort of fucking dwarf porn festival going on in Battle. So we've got that, and that's going to be good.
Tickets are available now, if you fancy checking it out.
Wobbly wobbly. What's our email address? Yeah, go on.
Tickets are available now at eww-wrestling.com. That is eww-wrestling.com, or look on our Facebook page at eww_wrestling for the direct link.
And for those local, please come and purchase your tickets at Scarlett's Cafe.
That's my place.
That's 10 Old Ladies Court in Battle High Street.
Oh, it's not on the high street.
Off the high street.
Yeah, there you go.
So there you go. So
Can we have a bit of dinner now?
Yeah, a bit of dinner now.
All right. Did you just choke?
Yeah, just choked a bit, and so like I say, yeah, next week we're going to be back to normal, and no more things that bump in the night.
Well, except you getting up to have a piss.
I get to have my old man's piss. Normally 1 a.m. and 5 a.m.
Oh, no, you always wake me up.
And steal some food from the pantry.
Oh my god.
I had half a Toblerone once in the middle of the night, didn't I?
That's fucking furious.
And I didn't realise it was your period chocolate. Now, period chocolate sounds gross, doesn't it?
No,
It sounds like chocolate was made from
fuck
period.
with the PMT
yeah, but it
chocolate.
sounds like chocolate was made from...
Well, maybe next time it will be that.
Oh!
That'll teach you.
Oh, from...
Well, if anyone can do it, it's me. The Candy Man.
Oh.
Hey, the Candy.
The Candy Man can't.
Who can bake a period?
Mate, what? Fucking hell.
Black pudding chocolate. That's
I don't want
your
chocolate
picture.
made of my demon clots and my undead children.
They're not undead. They're
No,
never
just-
children. It's just
never. I don't like the never children chocolate.
It's just the house.
You're Willy Wanker. I don't like you.
It's just clots of just shed womb lining. That's all
Oh,
it is.
fuck this.
Nothing to be worried about.
All right,
Get
well,
it
look.
down you.
I don't want to now.
Well, leave
Feel
the
sick.
Toblerone the fuck alone then.
Oh, get you, poet laureate. All right, that's quite enough of this
You're
bollocks.
the idiot, Laura.
Listen, this has been Stiff Right Hand.
That's it.
Yeah, you've been Tony Allen.
I have been. Who the fuck are you?
I've been Stuart Allen.
Oh.
You've all been sensational.
And I've got all the sweets.
Toodle pip.
Yeah. Happy Halloween.